That's weird. That's weird. Kind of wearing me out.
You are a sad, strange little man.
Crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. Isn't that weird?
That's weird, man.
It's strange.
What's up, campers? Welcome back again to episode 76 of Camp Strange.
Yep.
I am your camp counselor, Alex Tobin.
And I'm your camp counselor, David Stokes.
And we're back to bring the spooky, wacky, weird, strange, and militant.
Yeah.
Apparently. I don't know.
That's the first time you've asked me what to fill in there.
Oh, now I'm going to get... Oh, I don't ask you how your day was?
No.
Good. I don't want to know.
Yeah, right. It's not like we always plan to record at a certain time, and it's always whatever time that is plus 2 hours because we cannot actually move from the couch to sit down and record because we just watch a bunch of fucking stupid videos to get us all high on the giggles.
And to tell you the truth, you know that word, the end word that I put in there? I literally try to think of it. I forget that I have to do it until the intro comes in.
We can tell. It's usually pretty obvious.
Yeah, probably. Anyway, before we get into our longer stories today, we got to catch you up on all the weird news that you might have missed this week. And I will start as El Paso Zoo reprises wildly popular Quit Bugging Me event for Valentine's Day. Now, David, what do you think the El Paso Zoo and Valentine's Day have in common?
They give everybody crabs.
They don't give everybody. But the event is called Quit Bugging Me.
Well,
and,
I saw the bugs.
And I guess they did the
love bug.
That's not what that is. But I guess they did it last year, and it was so popular that they're bringing it back. And it is basically a free event where you could, I think you could go to their website. It's a promotion starting February 14th to the 16th. And you could go to the zoo's website and submit the name of your ex-boyfriend or girlfriend.
Oh, I do remember this.
And they will name the cockroach that.
The hissing cockroach?
And then they'll feed it to the animals.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, right?
That's great.
So, but it's free. It's a 3-day anti-Valentine's Day promotion.
There's nothing that makes me think more about Valentine's Day than being able to just let go.
What are you talking about?
Really holding a grudge.
Oh yeah. For sure. I was like, I'm like, that sounded sexual in a way.
No.
What's letting go?
The release.
To really let go. But, so I guess it's free. They do accept donations, and they don't allow the last name. They might do, first name, last initial or something, but they want to keep it a little bit more.
It's a little more fun than naming a star, which 100,000 people have that same star named after them. It's all
true.
hoax.
Which is the best one out of those, though? Is it the star? Is it the acre on the moon? Is it the acre on the bottom of the ocean?
It's the cockroach that you can see.
I guess that's true, but you don't own it because it's like you're not buying it and it's dead in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
What's eating it? What eats cockroaches?
A lot of lizards.
Queen Elizabeth?
Queen Elizabeth. Lizards eat cockroach.
It's cockroach time.
There's probably some rodents that do.
Yeah.
I mean, you need a whole bucket for an elephant.
They don't eat cockroaches.
I'm just saying.
They eat peanuts.
It's easy for a cockroach to slip into that peanut pile.
It's so interesting. You know, there's certain things you're like, oh, elephants eat peanuts. I'm like,
do
they?
Do
they really eat peanuts?
I don't know.
Or will they just pick up anything that's in front of them and shove it in their mouth?
I'm pretty sure that's the more likely of the scenario.
If I see you sneaking in the elephant exhibit on Valentine's Day, I know what you're doing in there. Is that too much?
I don't know.
Is that too much?
We can move on from that.
Okay. Well, anyway, go to the El Paso Zoo's website if you want to name it, or if you're a masochist, name it after yourself.
Yeah.
That's fun.
That'd be almost as much fun, all the self-loathing.
I'm a cockroach.
I don't deserve nothing better. No other murder from me.
I deserve to be eaten. Okay, go for it.
So, man thanks a vet for saving his dog with a $6 million Super Bowl ad.
Wait, what?
Yeah. So, last summer, David McNeil's 7-year-old golden retriever Scout was diagnosed with cancer. His veterinarian told him that Scout only had a month to live. But I believe...
What do you believe?
I believe in all.
I don't
good
believe
things.
in anything anymore.
But yeah, so they just made a commercial thanking the vet.
Wait, okay, so obviously this guy paid for the surgery. He has $6 million to blow on an ad.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. How much money? What does this guy do?
What I mean, I'm assuming that he's. Why do you always put me on blast?
You come with these articles that I am so interested in. Is it an
It's
ad for the vet?
For Weather Tech that make custom floor mats.
Oh, no, WeatherTech is a big company. They do the rubber floor mats for like trucks, so like if you get in them with like wet boots, it doesn't fuck up the truck.
So I guess the whole commercial is meant to bring awareness to cancer that is commonly affecting dogs.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But like he shouts out the vet too.
Yeah, I believe so.
He's like, this guy knows his thing or two about a dog.
Yeah.
But did he do anything different to the guy's like, your dog has a month to live, and the dog's just like, I think the dog should have got the commercial.
Well,
the
so
dog's a fighter.
Scout was the WeatherTech's unofficial mascot and had a 1% chance of survival and pulled through.
Oh, I wonder if the doctor did anything like specific, or if that's just a strong dog.
That might just be one strong mutt.
Well, anyway, speaking of mutts, I got another dog story over here, because if Scout didn't make it, there's always, more doggies out there. And apparently this jury awarded $400,000 over the loss of frozen dog semen from prize Labradors. So I'm gonna tell you the kicker at the end, but it's in Oregon. So
Okay.
These are your people.
Yeah.
Apparently this canine semen bank,
Mm-hmm.
it mistakenly destroyed frozen dog sperm from the 1990s that could have produced hundreds of coveted cream of the crop Labrador Retriever puppies. I don't like saying cream of the crop.
You had to
but
put cream in the
I
crop.
didn't put it in there. I read it.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently it's two guys who breed Labradors, and these are
It's just two guys. They're having a good time.
Listen, so the first guys, they breed Labradors, and obviously they have like these prized breeds from 1997 or whatever. But one of the guys' names is Brad Barcroft. Do you know what the other guy's name is?
Doggy McSeaman?
Dick Wiener.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
It's fucking Dick Wiener.
Jesus Christ.
It is. It's fucking Dick Wiener. But he's 81, so they named him before Dick or Wiener was even a word.
That's not true.
Well, they didn't. Dicks and Wieners didn't exist.
He's got 81 years of just straight bullying festering inside of his
made him
head.
strong. But yeah, so he's been doing this for 50 years, and so he's double bullying.
Mm-hmm.
But the interesting thing about it is, how much do you think an artificial insemination of this prized dog semen? How much do you think you'd have to shell out?
10 G's?
No, it's only 2 to 3.
Okay.
But
Dogs can be fucking expensive.
that's true. But also, if you don't like, all the hustle and bustle, like I don't want somebody taking my dog and artificial insemination, he'll sell you a vial of dog semen for $3,000, so you could just do it yourself.
Yeah, like a good what's that? Not Clorox. What's that company called?
What?
What's the what you put your lunch in?
Not Clorox or dog semen, hopefully. I don't know what you're Ziploc.
Yeah, sure.
What do
We'll
you
go Ziploc?
Oh, it's in a Ziploc bag.
No, there's the really fancy container thing. Sounds like Clorox.
What?
Panex? No.
What are you talking about Tupperware?
It's like a Tupperware. It's a really fancy Tupperware.
I think we're off topic.
Yeah,
now,
forget about
but- fancy Tupperware.
Yeah.
I like it. Anyway, but yeah, so I think they got awarded. I think they said $400,000, but they were seeking $800,000. But yeah, so he said he was emotionally devastated. Must have been some good dogs back in the day. Speaking of good dogs, and speaking of spokesman dogs, you know a dog I love who just passed away, I think, not too long ago?
I think I know what you're talking about, and it was quite a while ago.
Was it the Bush's Baked Beans
Yeah,
dog?
I think he died a while ago.
What's his name?
Wasn't it Buddy? Buddy? Bud?
Bush.
I feel like it started with a B.
Bush Baked Beans Dog. It just says died. Oh, Duke.
Duke.
Yeah,
That's
Duke.
right.
But his name is actually Sam.
Sorry. What?
Most know him as Duke, the Bush's baked beans dog. His name is actually Sam. That's the next sentence afterward. He lived in Apopka with our friend Susan, his owner. Anyway, she trains animals to work in commercials. Oh, he wasn't even the guy's dog.
Wait, what?
He wasn't his dog.
It's all lies.
It was the trainer's dog.
It's
and his name's
all
Sam.
lies.
Oh my god. Anyway, give me a violet Bush.
Give me a vial. That's the
me a vial of
Bush
beans.
baked beans secret ingredient.
You know what other guy I really like? You ever see the Sargento commercials? You know the cheese guy, and he goes, "You want some of my Sargento cheese?" You ever seen?
I do what the fuck you're talking about.
It's Sargento guy.
What?
Google Sargento cheese guy. His voice sounds like a Muppet.
I was thinking of Pyrex, by the way.
Oh, Pyrex. Yeah, that's
Clorox, Pyrex, close enough.
whipping in the Pyrex.
Yeah.
Right. That's a lot of rap songs to talk about cooking crack in the kitchen or something. Right?
Yeah.
That's fun.
Love that. Fun stuff.
Anyway, I'm all done with the dog stuff.
All right. I've got one more animal we're going to talk about.
Was it the Sargento guy?
No, it's a
He's
snake.
He's an animal.
What about the guy from Six Flags? Little turtle-looking
I
dude
heard
who
that
danced?
was a woman.
Ooh.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. He's terrifying. Or she. It's obviously a person in a mask.
You think so?
Nobody that old can move that good. You have a heart attack on that Medusa or whatever they got, Kong.
I hate to get way off topic again, but have you seen the new season of like the Gordon Ramsay Helen back in 24 hours?
No, what's that?
It's the show with Gordon Ramsay where he goes into like a disgusting restaurant and he tries to fix it in 24 hours.
God, those are my favorite.
You need
That's
to watch
Kitchen Nightmare.
Well,
Or
there's a new one that's
Kitchen.
like it's like Helen back in 24 hours. All of his titles sound the same.
It's because a different production company wants to do a show with them, and the other production company
They
owns the
have
rights.
to put Hell in it.
It's like Anthony Bourdain when you have like parts unknown and no reservations.
Yeah.
Same thing.
But so in this show, every episode they put Gordon Ramsay in the most obscene fucking disguise.
Oh no, do they really?
Yeah, and they do like insane makeup. Like these insane masks.
Does he go in and try the food first?
Yeah.
Okay, he always gets the same thing. He always gets crab cakes and shepherd's pie. I watched a lot of. He'll also sometimes get calamari or their seafood. He's trying to see what their seafood's like.
But
I'm obsessed with that show. I love it.
So I think it's episode 3, season 3. For everybody watching, I think it's on Hulu. I've never laughed harder in my entire fucking life in that episode, the beginning. So instead of him getting in the outfit, he had his friend come and get in this outfit, but they made him look like a fucking monster. Because Gordon Ramsay was dressed up as a cameraman.
Oh no.
And so everybody be looking at his friend, and the friend is every time they showed him, I could not breathe. Like we almost have
Can
to.
we get a screen grab of that and post it on
Yes,
on the Instagram?
Honestly, one of the most terrifying, hilarious things I've ever seen in my entire life, and I seriously could not stop laughing.
the salmon.
And he was dressed as like a pilot.
Oh no.
Oh man, that was so good. Okay, last news story.
I don't even get you're describing the show, and now I'm beginning to wonder why they don't figure out something's going on when there's a bunch of cameras in there, and then a pilot.
Well, the idea was that they're trying to make people think that the pilot guy was Gordon Ramsay, so then Gordon Ramsay was actually the cameraman.
No, I know, but every other episode is like.
Well, I think they
It's
bring
just a
like
garbage man. It's him dressed as a garbage man. They're like, we're doing a new reality show where garbage men eat food.
Yeah.
You're like, that's fun.
All right, next story. Man finds 6-foot snake in couch while digging for keys in a cushion.
Imagine.
Doesn't that sound like fun?
Did he find his keys?
They're in the belly of the serpent.
That's crazy. What kind of couch he got?
That must be one hell of a couch. To hide a 6-foot snake in it?
Wait, is this Florida?
You would think so. And that's what I thought.
It must have crawled through his toilet because that can't get through the front door. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you close that front door too quick.
So it's actually in one of the last places you would ever fucking guess.
Wichita.
Where is Wichita?
Why are you going to do this to me?
Is it in Kansas?
I was going to say Kansas or Arkansas. It's not Arkansas. I was going to say Kansas, yeah.
It was in Rose Hill, Kansas.
Oh.
So I think you're pretty close. Yeah, Wichita's Kansas, isn't it?
Let me see.
Watch it be like New
Bush's
Mexico.
baked beans. I just put Wichita. Okay, yeah, it's Kansas.
Yeah. So you actually basically hit it.
Okay.
But so yeah, the man didn't. It wasn't his pet snake. He has no idea where it came from. 6 foot long snake snuck into his couch, Kansas.
He's like, that's not mine. I was holding that for a friend. Is it illegal to have snakes there?
Well, this is the quote right here. I messed with him a little bit, and I took my gloves off. You could handle him real easy. He was very gentle, very docile.
6 foot snake. What kind of snake is that?
A brown snake.
Are they poisonous?
Probably not.
He's handling it like
Yeah, he's played with a little fucker.
Why didn't he just keep it? Why did he call? Just like go throw it out in the yard.
He
right?
does have a big old lump in his belly. I wonder what he ate.
Oh no, my chihuahua is gone.
But now I got a 6 foot snake. I call that a win.
Got a new pet. I got 2 pets now.
Now I gotta buy more chihuahuas.
It's like a Wonder Ball. You crack open one pet and there's another pet inside. Oh
right.
man, that's fun. I think all of our news stories were about animals.
For the most part.
What was my first? Oh, cockroaches. That's right. Yeah.
That's an animal.
Yeah, that's.
I guess.
That's an animal. Let's start a debate. Are cockroaches animals? Anyway, people go. They go. Bugs are insects. They're not animals. And I was like, what's the difference?
Isn't an insect an animal?
I don't know. I think they get confused with like mammals, like an animal. But I'm like, I don't know. I'm not here to debate, okay, David?
Mm-hmm.
I'm here to read some stories. And you know what? That's what I'm going to do. So we're going to read some stories. But before we do, we got to tell you about some coffee. And if you guys like coffee, you'll love Spring Heel Jack. Spring Heel Jack coffee. It's brown, it's good, it's hot, it makes you fast, and you going to drink it. Because it's February, and there's nothing like surprising your sweetheart by running to the store as fast as you can to go get her some roses. And you know they mark up the price for those goddamn roses, and you can't buy them in advance because they'll wilt. And she's like, did you buy these a week ago? And you're like, I was trying to say get a deal. And she's like, I know you bought these a week ago. Look, they're all wilted. Look, there's aphids around them. And I'm like, then I'm going to go buy some ladybugs, and that's racking up the price again. But anyway, if you just want to buy some regular coffee and buy some regular flowers on time, you can get Spring Heel Jack because that's the best kind. Bush's Baked Beans. Make sure to get your own. Is that pretty good?
I would call that pretty good.
SpringHillJack.coffee. There we go.
And before we get started, I want to do a quick correction. It's episode 2 of season 3 for that horrific pilot Gordon Ramsay thing. We just watched it on a quick break, and it was just as good as I remember.
We'll post a picture of this monster. If you have Hulu, go check it out, but we're going to do some of the legwork here.
All right, so carry on.
Okay, so I'll get into my story now. Now, David, we talk a lot about monsters and ghoulies and creatures on this show, but it seems like one place in particular seems to have the best of the best, in my opinion at least. Whether it be a monster that moves your pillow in the middle of the night to the foot of the bed, or a bunch of weasels that stack on top of each other and hypnotize you into leaving food out, this country seems to have the most creative creatures. That is why, once again, I am covering some of my favorite monsters, or yokai, in Japanese folklore. So I don't know what episode was that? I think it was like Real Strange Monsters, maybe? That was like way back in the day. But I feel
like that was like in the 30s.
Yeah, it was when I covered Japanese monsters and you covered like Nordic monsters, I believe. And I mean, there's so many yokai, which is a Japanese like folklore creature basically. I forgot the exact. They have a yokai.com, which I got a lot of my information on, but it says a yokai are a class of supernatural monsters.
Damn.
What?
Real Strange Monsters, episode 18.
Wow.
December 21st.
Okay, so this is past due, right?
Yeah.
So, but it says yokai are a class of supernatural monsters, spirits, and demons in Japanese folklore. So there's a ton of them, and that's why I love these monsters so much. Some are so simple. Like there was a yokai that literally its job was to move your pillow in the middle of the night. So when you found it like at the foot of the bed, you know, like sometimes do that. They're all like, the monster did it, which is like, they also have another one where it moves your shoes in the middle of the night, you know?
Why not?
That's what makes it so fun for me. I love them. They're just they're neat. They're monsters you do want in your house, you know, just spice things up.
They're helpful.
So I think I got like 5 or 6 today, but I will cover them now. So, David, The first monster I have is called, as you guys know, I am fluent in Japanese, but
Yes.
if I'm not 100% correct, you can't even tell.
You're more familiar with the old Japanese.
Yes.
It's not as fluent as a spoken as it is now.
Yeah.
It's like knowing Latin. In
I was gonna say
Japanese.
it's a dead language, and I was like,
Yes.
is that insulting to say? I didn't want to say that,
don't
but
think so.
but they're creatures.
It's like speaking Old English.
So today I'm going to tell you about the Canberry Niodu.
It's pronounced cranberry.
It's pronounced cranberry spritzer.
Real bitter.
So Canberry Niodu. I'll tell you its appearance first. The Canberry Niodu. Oh, you're gonna like this guy. I told you this guy's horny. I led with horny. I didn't bury the lead. This guy's horny.
You either got to lead or end with it.
So the Canberry Niodu is a perverted ghost-like yokai, their words, not mine,
Yeah.
which lurks outside of bathrooms on New Year's Eve.
Of all days. Of all days.
At least it's not New Year's Day. That's when it's real bad. You know,
Yeah.
that's when you're hating to be alive and you got stuff going on.
You got stuff to do.
You're swearing in the outhouse and so it says it has a roughly priest-like appearance with robes and a monk-like haircut, like the one where it has just the hair.
It's bald on the top.
They called it a certain name, and I was like, I had no idea what that was, and then I looked it up. I'm like, oh, it's a monk haircut. Yeah, it's like a Gregor Mendel.
It's like a bowl cut that's a little bald on top.
Yeah, exactly. So its body is also covered in thick hairs, and it blows a cuckoo sound out of its mouth.
Cuckoo, cuckoo.
I think that's what it does, and I'll go into why we think it does that. So there are many conflicting accounts about what Canberra Niodo actually does. What is certain, though, is that it lurks outside of bathrooms on New Year's Eve, and it peeks into the window at people using the toilet. Like, I don't make that noise.
Sorry, what?
You went, Don't do that after
You
I
don't
say
like
that
that?
sentence. What happens next varies from place to place, but in general, this yokai brings bad luck in the coming year, and in more recent stories, Canberra Niodo tries to stroke or lick the person using the toilet.
Oh.
Sometimes it inflicts constipation upon those who see it.
So it can that's for him to enjoy it longer.
I think so.
Yeah.
Do you think that was my immediate question was this a body reaction to seeing a priest looking at you and trying to lick you through the bars
Well,
of
you
the
think you'd shit faster.
That's what I was thinking. You shit your pants, shit the toilet. You're already on the toilet, right? But he makes it constipated, so he's like, "You're not going anywhere."
It's more
anytime
time for
soon."
him.
Yeah, he casts a little
That's
spell
his
on
time.
you.
Don't interrupt it.
Don't fuck with my
It's
hobby.
one day a year, people. You can let him have the one day.
New year, new yous tomorrow.
Yeah.
This is an old me today. Okay?
Leave it in the past. It's a new year tomorrow. You don't have to think about it again.
So the cuckoo connection actually traces back to China, and it was considered bad luck to hear a cuckoo call in the toilet, which I'm guessing now is a rooster.
Yeah, it'd have to be like
it's
a
not a
chicken or
cuckoo.
rooster.
It's not cuckoo. It's which we call cock-a-doodle-doo sound, but it's bad luck to hear a cuckoo call in the toilet. If you hear a cuckoo while using the toilet, there's one way to counter the curse. You know what it is?
Cuckoo back?
You gotta bark like a dog.
Ooh,
which
I like
is
that.
Which is what I'm doing half the time when I'm on the toilet.
I've heard that. I've heard that, yeah.
Butcher's baked beans.
Is that Duke in there? Duke
You mean
Dookie.
Sam?
Oh, yeah, Sam.
It's Sam. But I just thought that guy. Oh, we're posting pictures of all these guys. Do you want to see what he looks like? Of
course.
So on the yokai site, they have literally like commissioned drawings in like the same Japanese style of all these monsters, and they're amazing. They're so good. They're so
Oh, my God.
good.
He looks like Carl, a tan Carl from
Aqua Teen
Hunger Force.
Yeah, he does. Oh, he has little like sharp nails, and oh my God, it's so good. And I'll show you all these pictures today that I got going for you because they're all great.
If I had to describe that photo, the only way I could really do it justice is that there is A man-like creature just really enjoying the view of a young lady using the restroom.
Yeah, he looks like if like Tony Soprano got like really sick, moved to Japan,
But got a great tan.
and got a good tan, and he was just ready for the new year.
He really loves what he's seeing.
So, my next monster I have is the hee. Sorry, fuck. Is the hee hee. I was trying to do a Michael Jackson hee.
Oh, okay.
Hee hee. And it's not a Michael Jackson creature.
Okay.
Some say they're one and the same. No. So the hee hee is a large monkey-like beast which lives deep in the mountains. It has long, black hair and a wide mouth with long, flapping lips. Old legends say that a monkey which reaches a very old age will transform into a hee-hee. You see, now a hee-hee can run very fast and primarily feed on wild animals such as boars, battering them down and snatching them up just as bird of prey snatches up small animals. That was weird.
Does it fly?
No. I think they're just trying to say, like, it's so strong and, like, quick.
Lightning quick.
That, like, when a hawk comes down and picks up a mouse, that's the same way hee-hee operates. It just, like, swings down, grabs a boar.
Snatches you.
Hee-hee. And we'll get into their name a little bit.
Okay.
But it's right here. The hee-hee gets its name from the sound of its laugh. Oh. When it sees a human, it can't help but burst into laughter, getting a loud hee 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 hee. That's a laugh, I guess.
Yeah.
I can't do a hee hee laugh. So when it laughs, its long lips curl upwards and completely cover its eyes.
Going in blind. Very good.
Lip game strong. So that's going to come back into
Where you at, Kylie?
Oh, I'm going to do the hee-hee challenge. Suck on a shot glass or something. What were those kids doing?
I think it was a shot
It
glass.
was something like that. So while hee-hees primarily feed on wild beasts, they also prey on humans if given the opportunity. They are known to catch and run off with human women in particular.
Oh, not children?
Horny hee-hee.
It's usually children.
You would think, but I think there's just like... That's the problem with children. Not enough meat on them, you know? It's small.
Okay.
It's a lot of risk. Not a lot of reward.
It's just usually children because these things are usually cautionary tales too.
It's true that we're gonna have a cautionary tale in there as well, but I guess the hee-hee is more just like a watch out for the women. You better stay away from the boars because if you're near one, that's a weird cautionary tale.
Yeah.
So if a hee-hee catches a human, there is only one way to escape, and it's by making it laugh. Oh. It's friendship and joy.
But doesn't it already laugh if it sees you?
So it says while it's laughing, and it gets blinded by its own lips.
Oh, okay. So then it doesn't. Okay.
And here's my favorite part. So yeah, while it laughs, it can be blinded by its own lips. And like you said, like when they see you, but like maybe you got like another like hee-hee joke in your pocket. You know what I mean? Because sometimes
a real good funny.
I mean, I guess if you saw that fucking pilot guy, he would be like, hee-heeing all day long.
As would I.
But once his lips go up over his eyes, I guess, it can be taken down by striking it in the middle of the forehead with a sharp spike, which is the way you could take anything down.
You can really apply that to any living creature, which is a great thing to know.
It is good.
It's very, very good information.
And what I want to say is hee-hee is actually the modern Japanese word for baboon.
Ah, okay.
Due to the resemblance of the yokai.
Okay.
So they named the baboon after this yokai.
Okay.
And David, of course, I want to show you a little picture of the hee-hee because I know how much you love little hee-hees. Where is it? Oh, here
I just like pictures.
Here he is. Look at him. Look at him.
Oh yeah, he looks like a little baboon.
He got a little front lip going up high.
Yeah, he almost looks like a vampire bat.
A little bit. He's eating a boar. Luckily, it's not a
is.
lady, which is good. But okay, let's move on to the next one we got here. So the next one I have is the Mukoshi Nyodo. They appear to be harmless, traveling priests or monks on lone roads, no taller than an ordinary person. But in an instant, they can become abnormally tall with long claws and hair like a wild beast. Oof. So a lot of these monsters are priests or monks or like...
A lot of religion.
Well, I think it's because back in the day, which was a Wednesday,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people, a lot of people used to, especially like priests and monks, they would go on like long pilgrimages or
Okay,
like
yeah.
walks or like from town to town, and like most people maybe like it was kind of like a holy walk or something, so maybe they would be like on these long roads more often. So every time you saw a priest, you're just like, or a monk, you'd be like, fuck, that might be a monster, because that might be the only person you ever see walking on the road.
Uh-huh.
You know, kind of makes sense. Kind of like if we did like hitchhikers, like a hitchhiker
Yeah.
monster, you know.
Yeah.
So, which we kind of do with ghosts a lot of the
Yeah.
time. So, story has it that the Mikoshi Nyoto travels on lonely roads waiting for weary travelers to cross its path. Encountering this beast as soon as a fuck, I have to do the thing. What the fuck? So, encountering this beast, as soon as a person raises their eyes to look upon the Mikoshi Nyoto, the giant grows to an immense height, as tall as whoever looks at him is able to raise their eyes, and just as fast. So he doesn't. It's kind of confusing, but like, let's just say I walked up and I went to go look at your face. It literally follows like as fast as you're able to look up. That's how fast its neck grows, and it doesn't become giant. Its neck grows.
Yeah.
Just the neck.
Just the neck.
It's really weird.
Okay.
So often this causes the
It's like those aliens in Star Wars that made all the clones.
Oh yeah. But this thing's uglier. Well, those things are kind of ugly.
Yeah.
They don't listen to this, do they?
I don't think so. I hope not. Your clones were flawless.
So until they got those orbs slung at them by Jar Jar Binks, am I right?
Or until Order 66 was announced.
You're a deeper cut guy than me. I know that's not a deep cut. That's known.
Yeah.
Executive orders. Okay, I know. So often this causes the person, when you look up at the face, this causes the person to look up so high and fast that they lose their balance and fall over backwards. Then the Mikoshi Nyoto lunges forward and bites their throat out with its teeth.
I've seen things go upward quickly.
Okay,
And I don't think I've ever lost my balance because of that.
I'm gonna show you this picture before we go any further.
Okay. Oh my.
That's a neck.
That's a lot of Adam's apples.
That's a neck.
It looks like the underside of a serpent.
It does. And his face ain't any better, honestly. He looks like
Truly is
shit.
not. Yeah, he looks like fucking shit.
He looks like a dog shit. Anyway,
I hate him.
long neck piece of shit. I hope he fucking drinks hot soup and he fills it all the way down. Owie, 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 owie. Anyway, so those who are unfortunate enough to meet this cruel yokai usually do not live to tell about it, although a lot depends on the person's reaction. So if you're one of those look up really fast and fall on your back, you're fucked. But if you're like David, who
My balance is impeccable.
he's looking at your chest whether you're a man or a woman, don't matter. He's like,
That's all I care
he
about.
can't make eye contact. He's nervous.
What's going on over there?
So it depends on the person's reaction. If they try to ignore and walk past the Mikoshi Nyoto, the angry giant will pierce or crush them with bamboo spears and branches, which is a whole new aspect to his fighting style.
That's great.
He's just like whipping out bamboo branches and piercing you.
If you're gonna be a good fighter, you gotta be able to adapt.
You're gonna ignore me? Look how long my neck is. So actually, he's short necked there because you're ignoring him. He only grows the neck when you try to look at his face.
Yeah.
So the same fate is met by those who turn and try to run away. They get a little bamboo spear to the back, you know. So people stare at the Mikoshi Nyoto frozen in fear. Those who stare at him frozen in fear will drop dead on the spot, overcome by his presence. So you also just can't, stare at him and make eye contact, you know. Mm-hmm. So
what if you just look at his feet?
Maybe his feet are enough to.
What does fucking feet look like, huh?
You saw him in the picture.
I didn't look at his feet. I was too
that neck.
concerned with that neck.
That neck won neck of the year for sure.
Many years, all the years to come.
He's got a neck inch for every year. He's like the ladies with the rings on their necks. You ever seen those? Oh man, those scare me.
Yeah, that's intense.
So the only possible escape, there is a way to get out.
Okay.
So remember this, people, if you ever find yourself on a lone road in Japan,
Mm-hmm.
the only possible escape is to anticipate the Mikoshi with Mikoshi Nyoto, and actually that's his translation. It's like anticipating monk or something like that. That's
Okay.
what it translates to.
What if you just fucking punch him in the neck? Nobody likes that.
What if you just hit him in the forehead with a metal spear? Yeah, you can't reach the forehead. Yeah, I
No.
go for neck.
Why not?
Honestly, just have a sword. You can't miss.
You really can't.
You really can't. So, but like I said, you have to anticipate the Mikoshi Nyoto, meeting it face to face, eye to eye, showing no fear. Then look from its head down to its feet. Here we go, David. You're going to see those feet.
Those hogs.
Rather than staring at the feet and then looking up, which makes you fall back. If this is done properly, the giant's power to grow will be sapped, telling the giant, "You lost. I anticipated your trick." You got to yell at him. He's very literal.
Yeah.
"You lost. I anticipated your trick," is said to cause it to vanish in anger, leaving the traveler to pass safely along. And who does that sound like?
Like an asshole.
Like your asshole?
Like an asshole.
Oh, no. No, I mean a specific movie character, maybe?
Oh, Monty Python and the Holy Grail?
No, you dick. Freddy Krueger.
No.
You got to look at him and say, "You're not real." And then he goes,
Yeah.
"You bitch." And then he,
You know, I can't say I've seen many of those movies.
oh, man.
So that was stupid.
They're good. They're fun.
Yeah.
They are fun. I mean, the first one was
Unless
like,
he's fighting Jason, I'm not seeing it.
did you see that one?
So good.
It's so good when he turns that guy's head around in the cornfield. Oh, love it. Anyway, so that is the, what do I call him? The Mikoshi Nyoto.
What about that one kid on Instagram with a long neck? Is he still alive?
Oh, it's like Dan Longneck?
Yeah, something like that.
No, he moved to Japan. He's famous there. now.
Oh, big time. He's in the big leagues now.
He's big time. So, my next little beast I got for you. This is a quick little one. It's the Itan Momen. Sounds like the Chateau Marmont. But the Itan Momen is one of those precautionary tales, as it is a 35 by 1 foot white cloth that flies around at night attacking people.
Oh, it's like Doctor Strange's cape.
Exactly. I thought you were saying Doctor Sleep, and I was like, I haven't seen that movie yet.
I mean,
I'll show you the picture now, just so you get a little image on there. Very fun.
that looks like a Pokemon.
Yeah, he's kind of like Sheetamon.
Yeah. Shitonmon.
I will shit on man. So, the Itan Momen, they're said to wrap around people's necks. Oh, that guy's fucked. He's wrapped around people's necks and cover people's faces and suffocate people to death or crush their skulls. It is also said that they sometimes wrap around you many times and then fly away into the sky.
Just gone.
It's like Jeepers Creepers when they grab the kid and, right up there.
It's too bad that movie had so much darkness behind it.
I know.
Those were good.
Let's not get into that. But many stories say that they prefer either lonely travelers on the road, like monks, or children. Like you said, that precautionary tale. A lot of people would say you have to get home before a certain time, before the sheet comes and gets you, which is actually kind of fucked up, because like it's better to have a monster instead of something that you like sleep
You
in
see
at.
all the time.
Yeah.
You see it every day.
You're get home and then crawl in the monster, and you're like, fuck, I don't know what to do. But more specifically, they preyed on one particular child, which I never liked being, and that is the very last child in line. So you ever walking in a line with a bunch of children?
I wasn't sure if you just meant like the youngest in the family.
No.
Or, okay.
So they said that when they would walk past a temple, the very last child in line would sometimes get swept up and grabbed by this sheet. So a lot of the kids never wanted to be. So like the line basically became a fucking
It's a
free
good
for all.
cautionary one of being like, don't be late.
Also,
Little bitch.
True. Also, it's also a bad cautionary tale because it's like break rank and fuck the line and run.
Yeah.
Because no one wants to be the last guy in line. So that's why you got to have those rings they hold. You never seen those rings? All little kids in a line crossing the street. They're all holding like rings or like a rope, one big long rope to like.
Okay. A rope I get. A ring?
They're like rings that are like put together to make like a big long ring.
Okay.
thing.
Yeah, sure. I'll trust you on this one.
I don't see them crossing streets very. I'm not that guy.
You-
Okay.
You don't watch the kids cross the street?
I don't do that. I just seen like daddy daycare or something like that.
Okay.
So this next monster I think I have 2 more or something like that. These ones are a little bit longer. I have the Datsuba, and the Kaneo. So the Datsuba is a giant blue, half-naked female oni, and an oni is like a demon.
It's devil.
Is it?
I believe it translates directly to devil.
Okay. It's a female.
That's my dog. That's my brother's dog's name.
Oh,
Oni.
really?
Yeah.
Very fucked up and cool. I like it.
Yeah.
It's a female oni with long, greasy hair, yellow teeth, razor-sharp claws, and a couple of hangers that rest on top of her pot belly. I did write that, but let's say I didn't write. I was trying to pass the buck, but I just saw the picture, and they're prominent. She also carried around a knife with her. Now the Kaneo is her servant man friend, who is also a giant, but red, with a sweet greasy beard, horns, pot belly, and he carries around a big wooden bat with spikes coming out of it. Now, David, I got to show you the picture, of course.
Of course.
Of course.
Gots to see
Where is
that.
he? Where's this little bastard? Or these bastards? Ooh, look at them.
Ooh.
Those are hangers, right?
Those are some.
I'm not out of line.
Yeah, there's some hangers.
So now we're gonna get into what they do in the Oni game. So
They look like each other.
they do. They might be brother and sister.
No, I mean it looks like they do each other.
Oh yeah, for sure. There's something going on there. Oh, I just feel it.
Yeah,
I
and
just
a lot of
feel
tension.
the chemistry between
So much
them.
tension.
So during a Japanese funeral, 6 mon, an old form of currency apparently, are placed in the coffin to be used as a toll to enter the underworld. Upon reaching the Sanzu River, the souls have 3 options. If you were good in life, you get to use the bridge. If you were somewhat good in life, you get to take the shallow end of the river and wade across. And if you were bad in life, you got to Michael Phelps it across the spooky river. This process is of getting over the river is really a setup for the actual judgment you will receive, though. So this is kind of like a fucked up, like, I know you're bad based off of the judgment you're about to face. Mm-hmm. So after crossing the river, each soul encounters Datsuba, who accepts the 6 mon toll, but demands something else as well. Your clothes.
Ah, so that's why they're all naked.
There's a little horny guy again, or horny lady, actually. The Datsube strips the souls of the clothes on their back, hands the clothing to her partner, Kaneo, and then Kaneo hangs your clothes from a tree by the riverside. This is where the judgment comes into place. The amount that the branch bends under the weight of the clothes serves as a measure of the weight of the sins each soul carries and is used as evidence in the trials to come. Of course, the clothes of those who had to ford the river or swim across are heavy and wet. See, it's kind of like a setup. So if like your clothes are super heavy and wet, it's going to bend the branch more, which means that you're more sinful, which I guess is fair because you had to swim across it because you were bad in the first place.
Yeah.
So which only makes the branches of the tree sag lower. So it really is a setup. But David, I know what you're thinking. Is there a way around this tricky trick? This tricky trick they are pulling with the wet clothes? Is there? Do you know of anyone?
Don't wear any clothes.
If a soul arrives with no clothes, Kaneo, he flays your skin off your body and then hangs it from the tree instead.
Yeah, skin's heavier than cloth.
Yeah, that's what wet cloth even.
Yeah, even
which
then.
means you're very sinful because you came naked to the party.
Yeah.
So Datsube and Kaneo perform a little bit of torture themselves.
What if you showed up with just a t-shirt on or just pants, shorts?
Oh, see? Or like a bow tie.
Ooh. Just a bow tie, party boy.
Bow tie and shoes.
Yeah.
Because shoes you can't even hang on a branch, right?
Yeah, shoelaces.
Hey, I'll take that any day. But you got to walk on rocks and stuff.
Yeah.
You need the shoes. You can just hang my shoelaces on any branch. That's
No,
fine.
no, no. I mean, you can tie the shoelaces, throw them up like a telephone wire.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
You don't think much, do you?
No, that's why my skin's gone. So the Datsube and the Kaneo perform a little bit of torture themselves too, breaking the fingers of those guilty of theft and so on. They also roam the banks of the river, tormenting the souls of children who are too young to cross the river and must wait for salvation to come to them instead. Real classy group.
Yeah.
Just like yelling at children from across the river.
Yeah.
Ooh, you waiting for your daddy? I don't know why they're British.
No one does.
No one does. So I think this is the last guy I got for you. Right
Alrighty.
here.
Let's hear it.
He is the Shuten Doji, considered among the greatest and most evil yokai in all of Japanese folklore. The Shuten Doji is a big, buff red dude with a beer belly and spikes coming out all around his head like a spike beard. David, I want to show you a little picture of him.
Does he ride a dirt bike?
He should.
Oh, wow.
He's pretty cool,
He
right?
looks like he's fun to party with.
Yeah. Oh,
Is he a partier?
I almost made a list of demons or yokai that were fun to party with because I found a couple of them.
Yeah.
But I just
Does he make the list?
Oh, he's king of the list.
Okay, because, I mean, that picture looks like a party.
Yeah. So there are many stories. You'll hear about his name too. So there are many stories of how Shuten Doji came to be, but most go with the story that he was once a young human boy born thousands of years ago to a mother who was a human and a father who was a great dragon. I feel like that's like, I think they had that story in
Isn't that
Rush Hour
Shrek?
2.
Oh.
You know the Rush Hour 2 story?
I thought it was about Donkey and the Dragon.
Oh, that's a good one too.
They had those freak little babies.
So as a young boy, he was supernaturally strong and abnormally intelligent, which of course made everyone very jealous. Everyone around him constantly called him a demon child due to his incredible strength and wit. He gradually became terribly antisocial and resentful of others, and at age 6, even his own mother abandoned him.
Ugh.
She's like, "You're way too smart to be my son. I fucked a dragon." So
That dragon didn't even talk.
he was mean to me, and I still did it.
I still have the burns.
So it was Benedict Cumberbatch. That's
would
a
do it
Hobbit
too.
joke. That's a Hobbit joke. So he quickly fell in with priest at Mount Hiei, but again was ostracized by other monk classmates because of his abilities. Everyone's just jealous of him, you know?
Yeah.
He's just a cool guy. So he began to slack off, get into fights, and begin to drink. Oh, here we go, David.
Yeah.
Even though drinking was forbidden for monks, he became the best drinker in the village and would challenge anyone to a drinking contest, and always winning in the end. For this, he became known as the Little Drunkard.
Ooh.
That was his, I think that's what it translates to, actually.
Okay.
So that's what he became known as. So one night, there's a festival at the temple, and Shuten Doji showed up very drunk, pregame and hard. He put on an Oni mask and went around playing pranks on his fellow priest, jumping out from the darkness to scare them and such. At the end of the night, he tried to take off his mask, but found he couldn't, to his horror. It had fused to his body. Ashamed, scared, and scolded by his masters for being drunk, he fled into the mountains where he would no longer have to interact with other humans, whom he saw as weak, foolish, and hypocritical. Does this remind you of anything in particular? It was one of my favorite stories growing up. And I know some of you might be like, what the fuck? Where's he getting at with this?
I wasn't told stories as a child.
Do you remember Goosebumps?
Yeah.
There was a episode and a book called The Haunted Mask, where a girl put on this haunted mask and it fused to her face and she became this like
Are you thinking of
creature.
the movie The Mask with Jim Carrey and Cameron Diaz?
No.
Okay.
It was called The Haunted Mask, and it scared the shit out of me as a kid.
Okay.
This guy like opens up a door, and he has like all these like these masks on like these heads, and they're like, oh, but like she puts it on, and she's like, "You little shit, I'm gonna kill you," and she's like, it's obviously Goosebumps, so she wasn't saying that, but she became like this little demon guy, and then
I don't remember that
she
one.
couldn't get it off, and it was
I only
scary.
remember one of the Goosebumps. Well,
Slappy.
there was the one with the gnomes.
That was a good one.
But I had the one show I had was the one that
The
had like
Abominable...
superheroes or something, and it was like
don't
really
know.
weird, and like they were like in this really big like empty hallway, and there was like an elevator, and I just remember having nightmares about it. And
Was that Are You Afraid of the Dark?
No, it was Goosebumps. I'm pretty positive.
It was the book.
Yeah, and they also did it had an episode of it. And I just remember watching that episode like over and over again, and it terrified me, but I just kept watching it.
I loved Goosebumps growing up. I collected all the books, and I never read any of them, but I knew about like...
Just like Animorphs.
Yeah,
What are those about?
Exactly.
I don't know.
You know, like Curly the skeleton with the purple mohawk, and then we got Slappy the puppet. Then we got the Abominable Snowman of Pasadena. They're all so good.
Yeah.
Praying Mantis guy.
Yeah.
Say cheese and die. It's great. So let's finish this story before we go on a tangent. But he lived there on the outskirts of Kyoto for many years, stealing food and alcohol from villagers and drinking vast quantities of alcohol in the process. This banditry eventually attracted groups of thieves and criminals who stuck with him loyally and became the foundation for his gang. Oh, he's starting a gang. How fun.
Very fun.
So
They make bracelets.
So, over time, he became stronger and smarter, learning the ways of dark magic and teaching it to his gang. Eventually, himself and his gang began to transform into Oni on their own, terrorizing the highways in a drunken rage. So, like you remember, they were actually humans first, and they transformed into these Oni devils.
Yeah.
And then drunkenly started fucking jumping people, and mostly monks probably.
They were just a bunch of frat guys.
I bet they had a field day with Neck Guy. Fuck. They used him as a jump rope.
Yeah.
So, over time, Shootin' Doji would plot to take over the capital with his powerful gang, and in the meantime, stealing virgins, drinking their blood, and eating their organs raw. Classic. Because of this, a hero within the capital, Minamoto no Yorimitsu, plotted an attack on Shootin' Doji, and with the help of some magical poison and attacking on a heavy drinking night, Minamoto was able to cut off Shootin' Doji's head. Even after the decapitation, though, the head still continued to bite at them, so they were forced to bury it outside of the city limits at a mountain pass called Oinosaka. Some say the head is still biting away, waiting for someone just to dig him up and pour a little shot in his mouth.
Ooh.
So I want to conclude with this. In the end, I guess you could argue some of these monsters are misunderstood, some are just amused with themselves, and some are just plain evil. But no matter what we think of them, we must always remember that we all just yokai living together. That sounded weird. We're all just yokai living together on this planet that have to get along with one another. So next time you decide to crush a skull with a sheet or drink yourself into a demon gang, just for a moment, take a second and try to wring out a little water out of those clothes and do something nice for someone, because you never know when your branch bending judgment is coming.
Very nice to tie those all together.
You like that?
Yeah, that's poetic.
It was. I don't mean to toot my own horn. Are you burping over there?
I don't know what that was.
That was gross. But, that's a better way to end this, right?
Yeah.
When your throat does that shit.
Too much ice water.
Oh, man, I bet that long neck bitch has so many and they last for like
yeah.
3 minutes.
Yeah.
So
Probably so embarrassing.
good. Anyway, I love these Japanese monsters. Honestly, I could do like 40 episodes about these.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe in another 50 episodes, I'll drop another Japanese monster one, or sooner. You never know. That's the great thing about a yokai or an oni.
Who knows when it's coming?
Yep. So that's my story. Hope you guys enjoyed it.
Alrighty, I'll start mine. Now sit down, little ones.
Oh, God, he's in character.
This is your Grandpepper here, and I'm going to tell you a little story about America's biggest badass to ever walk this earth. Today I'm going to tell you about Jacqueline H. Lucas,
I don't know him.
but we'll call him Jack. And I'm done with that part.
Jack. Okay. Well, at least you were in character for a
Yeah, I
little bit.
did not start
It's
it.
not bad.
So Jack was born in Plymouth, North Carolina.
Is that Plymouth?
Maybe Plymouth. I don't fucking care.
I don't care. He was born there. I don't fucking care. I'm not there.
So yeah, he was born February 14th. I feel like all these fucking stories have to do with February.
He's born on Valentine's Day?
Yeah.
Wow, very appropriate. That's coming up, right?
Yep. And that was in 1928.
My grandpa was born on Valentine's Day.
Is this your grandpa?
I don't think he was born in 1928.
Okay.
Maybe. I think he was born in like the 30s.
Yeah. So when Jack was 10 years old, he lost his father, and then after his father's death, his mother sent him to a nearby military school called Edwards Military Institute in Salemburg.
Salemburg. Wow, okay. I love military schools.
Do you?
It's really just
You seem like a real military brat.
It's really just like a feeding ground for a horrible time. And it makes for such great stories.
Yeah.
As we
Love
found
abuse.
out from Elon School.
Yes.
Back in the day when you told me about
Maybe
that.
we'll have to do a rehashing because that guy messaged us.
Yeah. The guy who wrote the comment, there was a school called Elon or something, and it was
Yeah.
like basically a cult that like
Abducted
abused
him
the
and-
fuck out of people
Yeah.
and like verbally abused them and locked them in closets, and like people tried to escape and they would capture them, and I don't know.
Yeah,
Scream at your face.
Yeah, I read about that. I wonder if there's any updates on that. I haven't checked in a while. So it was at the Edwards Military Institute that Jack started to thrive and find out who he was. He would become a cadet captain and then captain of the football team.
Oh, that a football team.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
He was a great athlete who would also partake in baseball, softball, basketball, boxing, wrestling, horseback riding, trap and skeet shooting, and hunting. A real man's man.
Hunting's a sport at a high school? I guess it's a military school.
Yeah.
There, we got the guns.
Yeah.
There's deers right there.
Some nasty deer, their skin's falling off. We gotta get rid of these deer.
Yeah, we built this. We got a deal on this land. It's a lot of nuclear waste near here. Skin's falling off everything.
So now, by being born in 1928, I wrote 1828. Yikes!
You're dyslexic, I think.
I think I am a little bit. So yeah, he was born 1928. World War II was just around the corner, and on August 8th of 1942, Jack enlisted in the Marine Corps Reserve in Virginia at the dashing age of
1928. What did you say? 42.
Yeah.
What is he, like 14?
14.
Jesus.
Which was not legal. So, like children who fake their mother's signature to go see monkeys throw shit at each other at the zoo during field trips, Jack faked his mother's signature, claiming he was 17 and ready to join the forces.
To be fair, though, have you ever seen like pictures of 14-year-olds from like 1928?
You would think you would know that they were 14, like today.
But,
like their Supreme sweatshirts and their AirPods.
Exactly, today. But they got fucking, they got
I've got a stat for you.
Okay.
I got his basketball stats.
Okay. All these like kids that like back in the day, they look like they already look war torn. They haven't even been in a war yet.
Yeah.
They're just eating like plain white bread with like glue on it or something. And
and
no
working in the field.
They all have sunken eyes and greasy hair.
Yeah, they're crawling
Wait,
around
is this
in
an
coal
Oni?
mines.
Is this a fucking yokai?
So when he was 14, he faked paperwork saying that he was 17 and join the Marines, and it also involved a classic act of bribing a notary worker.
Imagine trying to get into the Marines that bad.
When you're 14?
People in World War II are like, I don't want to go.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I'll fake everything to get in there.
Like, I mean, I can't even remember what I was doing when I was 14, but it definitely wasn't this shit. So at 14 years old, Jack stood at 5'8", pretty tall for a 14-year-old.
Pretty tall in general.
180 pounds. 180 pounds on a 5'8" frame is like.
That's me. I mean, I'm not 180. I'm like one. A man never says his weight. But I'm like on a bad day. I'm 180.
Yeah.
But I'm like 175 around there. So he's me.
Yeah,
I am
but 14.
him. I'm 14.
Yeah, I know. So this 14-year-old's body was ready for murder, and with this build, he was sent directly to the Marine Corps recruit depot, Paris Island, in South Carolina.
They got a Paris in South Carolina.
It's got 2 R's, so it's I don't know if it's
Paris.
If it's
you roll them.
Paris might be said different. I don't know. I ain't no book reader.
Try to make it all fancy on me. Call it an island.
And so when he got to the depot, he took the standard rifle qualification test and qualified as a sharpshooter.
Ooh.
So he's pretty good with a rifle. After his time with that recruitment depot, he was assigned to the Marine. I think it autocorrect. That's not the right word. Sometimes it does that.
Oh, I'm just so glad that you're doing it too.
Yeah.
It's not just me. Now
But-
you don't even know the word. Now you're just looking.
Yeah,
at
I don't
it.
know what it could be.
Let's fill in the blank. Read that sentence again. We'll try to figure this out.
He was assigned to some branch of the Marines at the Naval Air Station in Jackson, Florida. And
Okay, you
then
made it work.
Yeah, then in June of 1943, he was transferred to the 1st Replacement Battalion at the Marine Corps Air Station in New River in North Carolina. So he was close to home.
This is all jibber jabber to me. I don't
Yeah.
know my ass from an elbow when it comes to rankings and
I mean, how good?
barracks and.
I don't know either, but I feel like when you're getting assigned and transferred to a place that's called the 21st Replacement Battalion, like,
Ooh, that sounds
yeah,
like
what happened to the last one? Who am I
it sounds like
replacing?
they are running first and not coming back.
Yeah. So a month later, he went to the 25th Replacement Battalion. So he's on his second replacement, successfully completing his schooling. Well, okay,
no.
well, it'll make
You're
sense.
controversial, man.
It'll make sense why I got mixed up with that. So he finished his schooling at Camp La Houine in North Carolina, which now qualified him to be a heavy machine gunner.
Holy shit, 14-year-old?
Yeah.
I mean, we already know his size. He could handle himself.
Yeah.
I'm
So
just, also, I'm kind of picturing like when the replacement. I'm picturing them coming over the hill. It's like Keanu Reeves and John Favreau.
yeah.
Great movie, The
great
Replacements.
movie.
Oh,
Is that the one
man.
where the guy's eye comes out?
I don't remember that part, but I just remember John Favreau banging his head against the bars
Yeah.
of the jail cell.
So this is the point when I was writing, when I actually typed saying, boy, now I'm reading this. He bounces around from camp to camp getting new qualifications till he ends up a private first class. So
That's
basically,
high, I'm guessing.
yeah, it just kept going with being like, now he's at this camp, now he's at this camp. I was like, you know what? No more. We get it.
I get
We
it.
I just cut out a lot of it because it's like just kind of gibberish to people that don't know this stuff.
Well, the interesting thing is too, he's not seeing any battle.
Not yet, no.
And he's already like going up in the ranks like crazy because I
Yeah.
guess his skills are just good enough.
Yeah. So we'll skip the boring stuff for now. Now let's get into the action. So on January 10th of 1945, according to some of his comrades, Jack walked out of camp to join a combat organization wearing a khaki uniform and carrying his dungarees and field shoes in a roll under his arm. Jack was declared UA, which stands for unauthorized absence.
Oh no.
When he failed to return that night, they thought like, oh, he's not coming back. Like he
went
bailing.
AWOL. He went
yeah,
AWOL,
They
yeah.
think he's just ditching the army. So, but so far in the story, it seems like he's a good kid. Like he wants to be there. So like, why would he just bail on the Marines?
And he's in Europe or he's in Pacific Island?
I feel like at this point, I don't remember where he was at the end of all of it. It might have been back in Florida. He's in the States.
Oh wait, then where is he leaving to? Oh, okay. I'll let you tell me.
So it turns out the reason why Jack left the camp was that he stowed away on the USS Duel,
Whoa.
which
okay.
was transporting the 1st Battalion, the 26th Marines of the 5th Marine Division to Iwo Jima.
Oh, okay, so he's going to the Pacific.
He's like, fuck all this training. I'm going to bail and just jump on this boat
oh my god.
straight to war.
I mean, that's kind of cool.
Kind of badass
I mean,
in a
you
way.
can't, like, how much trouble can you really get into? I mean, like, you
Like, once you're on the boat, they're not going to turn around.
you'll get reprimanded for sure, but like, they're like, well, you just like fucking did your job.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, I get it.
So, he got on the boat, and it was the day before he would have been placed on the Marines' deserter list.
Oh shit.
Which no, that's not a branch of the Marines who get to test desserts all day. It's the naughty soldier boy list.
Oh, it's just banana cream.
Jack would turn himself into the Marine captain Robert Dunlap, and commanding officer. Dunlap was the commanding officer of the C Company. I other things.
It's okay. We don't need to know this.
It's not like OSHA. It's the letter C. It's a capital C.
I
It's
get
not like
that.
SEA.
It's not the Sea Org like Scientology, right?
Exactly. So he was taken by the captain to the commanding officer, Lieutenant Jesus Christ. Colonel Pollock, who assigned him to Dunlap's rifle company as a rifleman. And on February 14th, remember that date?
Yeah, Valentine's Day is his birthday.
Jack Lucas spent his 17th birthday on the sea 5 days before the invasion of Iwo Jima.
Okay,
So by now he's 17.
So I was about to say, so he basically just got like a head start. It was like, can you train? I mean, there's no harm in training a 14-year-old, especially if like you just like that sounded bad.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
I gotta go.
Yeah, I gotta go,
I
guys.
think the
I
cops
gotta
are
get
listening.
out here.
We're publishing this.
So this is when it starts to get even better. What the reasons why I told this fucking story?
I was gonna say, what do you mean better? Nothing's happened yet. You're like, oh, you trained for so long, but guess what? He's gonna go home and he doesn't find battle.
He slept through the war.
There turned out there was a dessert battalion, and he just ate that big chocolate cake from Matilda that the fat kid had to eat. Honestly, gives me nightmares.
Yeah.
Remember that fat kid eating that chocolate cake?
Another
from
movie
Matilda?
I've never actually watched.
Fuck off. Danny DeVito
I know
directed
he's in
that.
it. I
No, he
know.
directed it.
Okay, yeah. I
Now
don't
you
care.
have to watch it.
I don't care. I don't care about cake. I don't care about kids.
What about
Yeah, I know the penguin's in it. Who cares?
what about a Iron Maiden that they put kids in?
That does sound pretty cool.
Check it out.
All right.
It's called the Chokey Doggy. It's not called the Chokey Doggy. It's called the
Chokey Doggy?
It's called the Chokey, comma Doggy.
Okay. So on February 19th, Jack participated in the 5th Division's landing on Iwo Jima with men he snuck on the boat with. Jack and 3 men were a team of Marines making a 4-man team. Quick math. So this fire team...
3 + 1.
That's pretty fast.
You're a private. You just got promoted.
So the fire team were creeping through rough terrain towards an enemy pillbox they had spotted, and they got into a trench for cover. Quickly, a pillbox. Do you know what a pillbox is?
It is a small concrete domicile which has a shooting hole for them to shoot out of, right?
Yeah,
And
it's basically like an above
bunker.
It's like above ground bunker.
Yes,
Because
and
typically bunkers you think underground, but
and
this is like
a lot of people, what they would do in movies, at least. I wasn't there. Are you about to describe this?
No,
Oh,
go ahead.
They would crawl up to the pillbox. It was really hard to run up on the pillbox, but if you got close enough, all you had to do was just like throw a grenade in there, and it kills everybody in there.
Yeah,
So I mean, that's what they like where they're shooting out. They get right underneath it, throw a grenade in there,
yeah, hard to get out.
done.
So yeah, so they saw the pillbox, and so they were approaching it to do war things. And so as the 4-man team got closer, they spotted 11 Japanese soldiers, and they proceeded to immediately open fire on them. Naturally,
They counted quick maths.
quick maths.
It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 11.
So naturally, the Japanese soldiers returned fire, but that was not the only thing the Japanese soldiers did.
Oh no.
They also heaved 2 grenades right on the Marines. Jack spotted the grenades, and at 17 years old, Jack yelled grenades to alert the team, then jumped over one of the Marines that was crawling, dove for them, jamming one of them into the soft sand with his rifle covering it between his body, while reaching out and pulling the other grenade under him. So he just jumped on 2 grenades.
No, Jack, don't.
One grenade exploded, sending Jack flying through the air, landing on his back, and severely wounding him on the right arm, the right wrist, right leg and thigh, and his chest. He was still conscious and barely alive after the explosion, and he was still holding on to the other grenade in his left hand that failed to explode.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So after a short-lived battle...
I'm sorry, but I really want to know like old World War II grenades compared to grenades now. You know what I mean? Like the blast
Radius?
potential. Yeah,
Blast
I guess.
radius. It's probably not as severe,
But
obviously, but still.
I mean, I don't want to say I would love to see that, but like,
Well, it'd be cool to see, like, in
I'm
an open field, the difference.
I'm so interested. Yeah. I mean, I
Yeah.
bet they have YouTube videos of like old World War II
definitely.
grenade and now grenade, and they probably go through every explosive.
Yeah.
But hey, Google it.
Yeah. So after a short-lived battle, the 3 unwounded Marines walked away, leaving 11 dead Japanese soldiers and Jack believing him to be dead as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
didn't even go check on Jack?
Not really.
Why'd he jump on those for those assholes?
Seriously. So later on, Jack was found by some Marines from another unit who were passing by, realizing that he was not dead. The Marines called in to the Navy corpsman, who attended to Jack and his wounds, protecting him until they had safe passage. So they obviously got him out.
Yeah.
Got him on the boat, got him some medical attention. But
Good God.
yeah, upon his arrival back home, Jack finally got full medical attention, which he needed, along with so many other soldiers wounded in the battle. Jack would eventually undergo 21 surgeries for saving the 3 other men, and for the rest of his life, there was about 200 pieces of metal in his body that they couldn't remove. And some were believed to be roughly around the same size of like a 22 caliber round.
Oh my God.
Talk about a rough time at the TSA.
Do you think, no joke, but do you think that like him, I don't know. Do you think like him taking the shrapnel to the body, and they said they can't remove them? Do you think it's like they can't remove them, or it's like this is a needless surgery
That they don't want to pay for?
they're not they're not really affecting anything. They're in like soft tissue. They're not hurting him. It's not hitting, because nerves are usually on the outside.
Yeah.
You don't have nerves on the inside. And then they go, it's not near any vital organs or anything like that. Just leave it in there, because I know people who had like buckshot in them
Yeah, like
from
a
like a
BB.
shotgun.
Yeah.
And they're like, it's like, why do we need to cut you open? It's just going to cause more complications, and just
Yeah.
leave it in there.
Yeah, it could be more harmful to try to remove it
exactly
than it would be just to leave it.
And also, like, your body slowly pushes out those kind of
Yeah.
things. So it's like, I wonder if one day he's like, "What is it? I got a pimple," and then all he's like, "It's a metal pimple."
Yeah.
Look at
I had a stitching come out of my finger once for when I got stitches,
Oh wow!
and it was in there for like 2 years. And
You like could see it underneath the skin.
well,
It's like a black little stitch.
no, it like one day it just like got like infected or something, and it looked like a little zit,
Oh, and you popped it.
and I popped it, and a piece of the stitching came out with like the pus.
No.
And it had been like 3 or 4 years since the stitches.
Holy shit!
Yeah, it was gnarly.
Aren't they supposed to be like dissolvable now?
Nowadays,
Oh, what was that? 1945.
1932.
I jumped on the other grenade that didn't blow up. I didn't tell you that.
It didn't blow up until I punched it a few times.
I said, "You son of a bitch, wake up!
So,
Daddy needs a Medal of Honor."
well, speaking of which, on October 5th of 1945, Jack was awarded the Medal of Honor by President Truman for his actions at war, putting himself in harm's way to protect his team, even though they kind of left him to die.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna say even though they all died like 2 minutes later when they were like running forward.
Yeah, I never saw any names of the soldiers. I don't know what happened to them after.
They're not important. They're cowards.
Yeah, who cares about them? I wonder if that was intentional. I'm like, yeah, fuck those guys.
Probably David Ledwith in there, that coward.
Fucking coward. But guess what?
What?
This isn't where the story ends.
Oh,
Yeah.
does he find a stitch?
Later on in his life, Jack would finish school, which
Oh, fuck.
you just hit yourself in the face with a mic,
Yes.
dumbass.
Sorry, this war has got me flashbacking right now.
So Jack would go back and finish school, which he promised his mother he would do after the war. And then he would go on tour around the country doing, speaking tours. He was married 3 times, which there is apparently a tale of his second wife hiring a hitman to kill him.
No. What?
But I couldn't find too much information on that, which he obviously survived that. And
Shitty hitman
yeah.
or strong guy.
I mean, this guy survived 2 grenades.
I mean, honestly, if you're a hitman and somebody goes, "You gotta kill this guy," and he does his research and he goes,
The war hero.
and he goes, "This guy's a fucking Medal of Honor." Can you kill somebody who has a Medal of Honor? Like,
Yeah.
oh my god.
I don't think hitmen have too many morals.
True, but
But yeah, it's not, I mean, who would hire a hitman? He was able to survive not one, but 2 grenades.
That's what people did in the 40s and 50s. It's like,
Yeah.
just don't get divorced. Just hire a hitman.
Yeah. So then at the age of 40 years old, Jack decides after all this time he wants to go after and chase his fear of heights, and enlisted in the 82nd Airborne as a paratrooper, which I didn't know people like past a certain age could just be like, oh yeah, I want to become a paratrooper, but I guess you can when you have a Medal of Honor.
How old was he?
He was 40 years old at this time, and he joined.
It's kind of like when you get like, you know, like when Harvard reaches out when you get like really famous. They reach out to me all the time.
Yeah.
And they're like, we want to give you an honorary degree. And you're like, what did I do? And they're like, we just want to be associated with you.
Exactly. That's like my school gave Lionel Hampton an honorary degree. He never even went to the school.
Who the fuck?
You know who Lionel Hampton is?
No one does.
He's like a great jazz musician.
Oh man, okay, now I feel bad.
He used to always do concerts at our school, and we have like a whole building named after him.
I don't know who I would have felt good about doing that to, though. Yours, like, he was a murderer, and I was like, oh, yeah, I'm glad I didn't know him.
Yeah.
But I know all of them.
Yeah, all of them. So, yeah, so Jack decided to join this paratrooper squad because he was afraid of heights, and he said, you know, what the fuck, why not? And
Oh, he goes splat?
on his first training jump, not one, but both of his parachutes failed to open.
Oh, God.
His team leader was quoted after this accident saying, Jack was the last one out of the plane and the first one to the ground.
No, Jack.
Jack fell 3,500 feet through the air without a parachute, hurtling to the ground. But, believe it or not,
There was a grenade he landed on that shot him back up to the plane, and he crawled back in the cockpit.
believe it or not, the 40-year-old filled up with metal, he attempted some sort of roll maneuver right when he was about to hit the ground, and not only did he survive, but he walked away unscathed.
Yo.
Can he see this maneuver?
Can Jack have a master class on this roll maneuver? He's like, I will pay $160 to watch this roll maneuver you just did.
3,500 feet.
It doesn't matter
And he
how
rolled out.
It doesn't. David. It doesn't matter how many feet.
He rolled out of it.
If it's more than 50 feet and he didn't die, it's like it's all like arbitrary after that, right? It's
Yeah.
like you don't gain more momentum past a certain point, right?
Well, I mean,
Everything falls at 9.6 meters per second,
but
right?
you're missing one key factor is
He had a lot of time to think about the roll.
any amount of momentum can be stopped with a perfect roll.
It's true.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
So,
my
yeah.
god, he's the guy that we hear about.
Yeah.
Because I've heard those stories, and I'm like, oh, you never know.
He's
And
basically Captain America.
good fucking god. See, I always think about like how I would land. How would you try to land? Obviously, you don't know his roll maneuver, but how would you try to land if your parachutes didn't open and you're like, obviously not feet first, but
It'd be like a
back
dive
first?
and then roll. Like a,
see, are you going head first now?
I guess.
Oh my! Like, there's no good way. I don't know. I try to go like back,
Straight into a cartwheel.
like. I'd be like looking for trampolines and shit. I'd be
Yeah.
like swimming towards the trampoline. But no, I mean honestly, I'd just try to like land on my backpack.
I'd try to land in a tree.
Yeah, but then you're gonna get impaled most likely. But like
Yeah.
you also won't hit the ground. It might be softer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
God, that would. I don't even want to think of my options. I'd just like be like looking for a gun real quick. I'd be like,
A flare gun is all you got.
burn a whole little hole in my chest.
Yeah, light you up real quick.
Oh my god! Like, look at that shooting star, mama.
It's going straight to the ground. So for whatever reason, no one pulled the plug on that idea. So Jack continued to train and serve with this group for 4 more years. Yeah, he jumped more. And 4 years later, he became the captain of the 82nd Airborne Division.
I want that kind of confidence.
Jesus.
I just have enough to get through the day.
Yeah.
I want surviving a parachute not opening and getting back literally on the plane, horse, the horse plane.
Getting right back on that plane horse.
No joke.
So Jack would lay pretty low for the rest of his life after that, and ran a successful he ran a successful beef business outside of DC.
Beef.
And Jack was also he also wrote an autobiography titled Indestructible.
Very cool.
But unfortunately, no one is completely invincible, and Jack would pass away in 2008 at the age of 80. Jack battled leukemia, which would eventually take his life. And to this day, people still say the only thing that could kill Jack Lucas was Jack Lucas.
True. I thought you were going to say something crazy like he choked on a hot dog or something.
On chicken bone.
Which is kind of humiliating, but it was also like kind of poetic in his way. It's like, it was always the little things, you know?
Yeah.
But like, wow, what a crazy story.
Yeah, he had met every president from Truman to Clinton, which is another little fun fact.
How many is that?
I don't fucking know.
I couldn't name you past Washington. Who was the first one again? Yeah, Washington?
The one with the wooden teeth?
Which one is you can't fucking lie? Who has the ability? Who's always hooked up to the polygraph? Which one is that?
Which one died in his opening speech?
Abrahams? Oh, that's fuck. Oh my god.
Gary Coleman?
It was Gary Coleman.
It was our 38th president, Gary Coleman, who...
No, now I can't think of it, and that's going to drive me... William Henry Harrison.
Is that what it... That sounds right. That's
he died. He got pneumonia. He died like 28 days into office. He didn't know how to roll out of pneumonia, I'll tell you that much.
Didn't.
Fucking asshole.
God damn it.
That's so mean. That's so mean.
It's okay.
Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in to Camp Strange once again. I don't know how you made it this long, but you did.
Great for you.
And we're happy that you did. So if you guys want any more information, go to campstrange.com. We got all the hyperlinks there. You know the drill. Instagram. If you guys want to see some of these good Yokai Oni pictures, and obviously we're going to have some pictures of Jack on there, hopefully mid-roll, so we can learn a little bit something. And if you guys want to send us anything, go to campstrangepodcast@gmail.com and send us a story of yourself and, you know, maybe an interesting, weird situation you've been in, and we'll hopefully read it on here. Also, we haven't done that in a very long time. Yeah. But also, if you want to subscribe, rate, review, we'd love that too. If you don't, you're dead to us. That's fine. And we have merch. Fuck it. I don't know if you want that.
Fuck with us. We got merch.
Fuck with us. You know I got it. And, David, what else do we have, by the way, in that merch store for these lovely campers to buy?
Got a pocket watch that has a beetle in it, and the beetle will tell you the time. It might spray you, though. It's a stink beetle.
He's a time beetle. Oh, a stink beetle.
He's a stinky time beetle.
I have the iron gauntlet, the infinity gauntlet, and each of the stones is a milk dud.
I thought you were going to say different dipping sauces.
Oh, somebody did that. That'd be stealing. That's plagiarism.
Someone did that?
I think somebody did that online.
Was it Guy Fieri?
I have Guy Fieri's underwear.
I was going to say
it's saucy.
Got a big old vat of that donkey sauce.
Welcome to Flavor Town. You got a vat of donkey sauce?
Yeah.
Okay.
Isn't that his special sauce?
I don't know what his sauce is. Why would I know?
I don't know.
I have a red vine, and it's real long. I'm going to hit you with it. It's going to leave a mark. I'm a red guy. I'm a red vine guy. I'm not a Twizzler guy. Are you a Twizzler guy?
I'm a red vine guy.
Okay, good. I don't want to have to fight you.
I like to be able to hit people with my candy. I like my candy to also work as a self-defense weapon.
Or a straw.
No, that's Twizzlers.
No, that's red vines. Are you a fucking Twizzler guy? You didn't know it?
No, the red vines are the one that's like the really long, thick cord that looks like this.
No, you're thinking of, those are like the ones they sell at like baseball games.
Yeah, those are the ones I like.
No, those aren't red vines. That's like a knockoff
No, that's
brand.
red vine.
Fuck you. No, it's not.
I buy those for my dad every time we go to the old sport game.
They have a tube in the middle. I've drinking Coke out of a red vine before. I've snorted Coke out of a red vine before.
Hold on, now we're going to have to Google red vines.
I have a Google search history, and you're not going to want to see what's in it. I guarantee it. You're gonna hate the things you see. I guarantee it. Men's Warehouse.
You're gonna like the way you Red Vine.
Are you googling Red Vine now?
I am.
It's called like big rope.
Okay, well I think Red Vine makes the big rope.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, same company.
I mean, they need to make some more money.
Oh,
Somehow.
Twizzlers are the really like sweet ones that have like that.
They're
They feel like
cherry.
plastic and like
I know some of you guys out there might be Red Vines
no,
people.
No.
I mean,
y'all stop
Twizzler
listening.
people.
Y'all stop listening. We don't want you. Get the fuck out of here.
Take your plastic candy and go shove it up your ass. Anyway,
Our candy comes in a big old bucket.
anyway, I think that concludes what the fuck we're talking about today. Sorry, you guys didn't hear that. We got in a fight over Red Vines and Twizzlers. Anyway, tell us your favorite candy.
Oh fuck, is it Red Rope?
Yeah, that's what it is.
I'm a Red Rope guy.
Oh wow, that's a harder one to find.
Yeah.
Hey, well, at least you're like the RC Cola guy.
Yeah.
Coke or Pepsi, you're like RC.
RC Cola.
I like shit that tastes bad. Anyway, thank you guys for listening. David, do you have anything to say before we head out?
Don't eat Twizzlers, especially the grape ones. Fuck out of here.
Amen. And don't forget to stay strange.